Welcome to our channel, where today we delve into one of the most intriguing and unconventional concepts within the Marvel Universe, Marvel Zombies. In this video, we explore a universe where beloved superheroes and notorious villains undergo a horrifying transformation that challenges everything we traditionally expect from comic book narratives. Designed for an expert-level audience, our discussion will incorporate deep technical insights, advanced topics, and a fact-driven analysis that goes far beyond standard overviews. We will examine the origins, development, and evolution of Marvel Zombies, incorporating numerical details, publication milestones, and an exploration of narrative structure that reflects both creative ingenuity and cultural influence. As we navigate through the intricacies of this alternate reality, we also explore how the blending of horror elements with superhero action has created a unique genre fusion that reinvents established characters. Our critique will address both the storytelling techniques and technical aspects, such as narrative pacing, character design modifications, and the significant impact on subsequent comic trends. Whether you are a longtime Marvel aficionado or a dedicated scholar in comic book studies, expect to gain new perspectives on how Marvel Zombies reshapes our understanding of heroism and decay. Sit back, relax, and join us on this deep dive into a world where survival, decay, and transformation meet the extraordinary legacy of Marvel. Let us begin our journey into this fascinating and controversial narrative. Get ready for an engaging, data-rich analysis that combines academic precision with a relaxed, friendly vibe. Marvel Zombies first emerged as a radical reimagination of familiar superheroes, when the creative team set out to merge the timeless appeal of Marvel characters with the gruesome elements of horror. Conceived in the early 2000s, the series was born out of a desire by writers and artists to explore what would happen if the unstoppable forces of heroism were overtaken by an uncontrollable plague. As Marvel looked to reinvent its mythology for an increasingly complex comic book landscape, Marvel Zombies resonated because it challenged both the genre boundaries and audience expectations. This narrative twist utilized groundbreaking storytelling techniques and a meticulously detailed art style that captured the horrifying transformation process, turning every panel into a vivid study of decay in both literal and metaphorical senses. Critically, the inception of Marvel Zombies transformed traditional narrative structures by integrating non-linear storylines alongside interconnected universe building. Creators embedded technical nuances such as innovative panel sequencing, precise contagion spread models, and pseudo-scientific explanations that quantified the progression of zombification. These elements not only elevated the horror aspect, but also enriched the reader's understanding of the systemic collapse within a superhero universe. The series reflected contemporary cultural shifts, engaging with themes of apocalypse, societal decay, and the inevitable vulnerability that even the mightiest heroes could face. Over time, Marvel Zombies evolved into a cult phenomenon embraced by scholars and collectors alike. This evolution was underpinned by an intricate balance of shock value and technical mastery that invited in-depth analysis. Subsequent adaptations and derivative works expanded on the serialized data and layered backstories originally presented, setting a new standard for narrative complexity in comics. Industry experts continue to regard Marvel Zombies as a pioneering effort that challenged established norms while providing a rich field for academic and technical exploration. Its legacy endures as a definitive example of how genre fusion and artistic experimentation can yield groundbreaking storytelling. Detailed production notes and behind-the-scenes interviews reveal that the creative process involved intense debates over narrative pacing, dynamic panel sequencing, and innovative visual motifs. Statistical analyses and sales data reviews further refined Marvel Zombies' design, merging technical precision with raw, creative ambition. Marvel Zombies portrays an alternate universe narrative in which a mysterious infection transforms nearly every superhero and villain into ravenous, undead versions of themselves. The story unfolds with a series of intricate plot lines that intersect to form a cohesive yet chaotic tapestry of survival and horror. The infection's rapid spread is depicted through methodical sequencing of events that incorporate both personal tragedies and widespread catastrophic breakdowns of established moral orders. Each storyline is carefully layered with technical details, such as visual cues and epidemiological modeling, that offer quantitative insights into the contagion's progression. The narrative structure is multifaceted, intertwining individual character arcs with grand-scale conflicts that challenge preconceived notions of heroism and morality. Several pivotal episodes are recounted with deep attention to the symptoms of the infection, the biological mechanics of zombification, and the ensuing power dynamics among groups of characters. The authors utilize statistical references to illustrate the exponential growth of the outbreak, drawing parallels with real-world epidemiological theories and models. In doing so, they bridge the gap between comic book fantasy and mathematical precision, creating a narrative that appeals to both casual readers and scholarly critics. Subplots enriching the storyline provide technical depth as well, including detailed examinations of strategic maneuvers during battles and tactical retreats in apocalyptic scenarios. Graphic depictions of conflict are rendered with a focus on meticulous layout designs that capture the chaos of combat and the grim reality of a world overrun by decay. Fans and experts alike praise these elements for their authenticity, noting that every panel is imbued with both a cinematic quality and a rigorous adherence to internal logic. The integration of advanced narrative techniques with hard-hitting facts propels the storyline into realms of intellectual exploration. Moreover, the story intricately depicts the gradual collapse of societal structures as characters struggle with both physical decay and moral dilemmas. Detailed schematic illustrations and narrative infographics throughout the issues offer expert-level analyses of outbreak patterns and survival strategies. Each confrontation is accompanied by statistical data references and scientific analogies that enhance the viewer's understanding of the catastrophic evolution. This rigorous commitment to embedding technical precision within a fantastical narrative creates a comprehensive overview that is as intellectually stimulating as it is visually striking. In Marvel Zombies, familiar characters are reimagined through a harrowing lens that blends decrepitude with their enduring powers. The transformation process is depicted with scientific precision, altering iconic heroes and villains into grotesque versions of their former selves while retaining remnants of their original personas. Experts appreciate that the character evolution is supported by detailed visual transformations, including photographic references and meticulously quantified decay metrics. This dual analysis provides deep insight into both artistic reinterpretation and technical metamorphosis. Detailed studies focus on how figures such as Spider-Man, Captain America, and Wolverine undergo radical changes not just in appearance, but also in behavioral dynamics and combat strategies. For instance, Spider-Man's agility and reflexes become warped by an insatiable hunger, while his familiar acrobatics are tainted by a predatory instinct. Captain America's idealism clashes with an uncontrollable ferocity, rendering his leadership both tragic and formidable. Wolverine's regenerative abilities are juxtaposed with savage primal instincts that underscore his internal struggle between humanity and monstrous survival. These transformations are analyzed through statistical comparisons of survival rates and narrative impact across multiple issues. Critically, the alterations seen in characters are supported by an array of in-universe scientific analyses. Detailed diagrams and side-by-side comparisons reveal how subtle visual cues and changed posture convey significant shifts in psychological profiles. Academic articles have dissected these visual markers, noting changes in muscle structure, blood dispersion, and variations in costume rendering that serve as empirical data for transformation. Fans and scholars often remark on the ingenuity of blending biomechanical decay with superhero resilience. Furthermore, character analysis extends beyond individual evolution to include the effects on group dynamics and alliances. As formerly steadfast heroes confront their new monstrous tendencies, their interactions spark complex subplots that invite rigorous technical dissection. Each character's journey, laden with both existential conflict and calculated brutality, serves as a microcosm of the broader narrative. These detailed studies resonate with professionals who appreciate an intertwined analysis of thematic depth and quantifiable data, thereby offering a comprehensive perspective on the transformation of the Marvel Universe. In summary, The character evolution in Marvel Zombies is not merely cosmetic, but reflects a calculated reinvention grounded in both artistic vision and scientific validation. This methodical approach invites experts to explore the interplay between narrative disruption and quantitative analysis. Marvel Zombies delves into deep themes that juxtapose the decay of the human body with the corruption of ideals. At its core, the narrative is a meditation on mortality, revealing how even the mightiest symbols of hope can succumb to inevitable decay. The series employs rich symbolism, such as decomposing costumes and rotting emblems, to illustrate the erosion of identity and the loss of innocence. Each visual element is carefully chosen to represent broader societal anxieties, infusing the horror with layers of meaning that demand technical and philosophical analysis. The interplay between survival and decay is consistently explored through meticulous detail. For example, the relentless spread of the infection is often represented by fractal imagery and exponential growth diagrams embedded in the artwork, offering a tangible connection to mathematical theories of pandemics. This innovative use of numerical symbolism not only grounds the narrative in reality, but also elevates the storyline into a discourse on modern scientific challenges. The symbolic significance of blood, rot, and broken shields is extended to critique unsustainable power structures and the degeneration of once revered institutions. Advanced themes further emerge in the portrayal of internal conflict within characters, where the struggle between human empathy and apocalyptic brutality is depicted through contrastive visual motifs and allegorical scenarios. The interplay of light and shadow throughout the panels creates a dialectical tension that mirrors the confrontation between order and chaos. Subversive references to classical literature and contemporary societal issues provide an additional layer of depth, inviting expert viewers to engage in quantifiable analysis of thematic patterns. Ultimately, Marvel Zombies operates as both a horror narrative and a complex philosophical treatise, where themes of decay, survival, and transformation run parallel to critiques of traditional heroism. Its relentless symbolism challenges viewers to question underlying assumptions about identity and mortality, offering a rich tableau ripe for advanced interpretation. Marvel Zombies has left an indelible mark on both the comic book industry and popular culture, transcending the boundaries of its original medium. Its audacious blend of horror and superhero elements has influenced a range of subsequent works, inspiring spin-offs, parodies, and serious academic studies. The series introduced innovative narrative structures and visual techniques that have become benchmarks for experimental storytelling. Experts note that its use of detailed statistical data and visual decay models has redefined how complex narratives are constructed and analyzed. The cultural impact of Marvel Zombies is seen in the passionate fanbase and the extensive merchandise that has emerged over time. Collectors and scholars alike celebrate the series for its daring approach to subverting traditional heroism. Its legacy is characterized by a fusion of genres that challenged the confines of comic book conventions and opened avenues for cross-disciplinary research. The series has been cited in academic journals, with analyses focusing on its narrative disruption, technical artistry, and symbolic depth. Furthermore, the series has catalyzed discussions on the evolution of comic art, with its influence extending to digital adaptations and fan-made creations. International comic cons and symposiums frequently feature panels dedicated to its groundbreaking techniques and cultural significance. Industry veterans acknowledge that Marvel Zombies has altered the landscape by popularizing the concept of post-apocalyptic reinterpretations within established universes. As a lasting symbol of innovation, Marvel Zombies continues to impact storytelling, with its trends resonating in new comic series and multimedia projects. This enduring influence secures its position as a cultural touchstone and an exemplar of bold, experimental narrative. Collectively, these enduring impacts underscore Marvel Zombies' transformative role in redefining narrative boundaries and inspiring future generations of creators, analysts, and fans alike. Marvel Zombies has not been without its detractors, with several critics voicing concerns about its departure from conventional superhero narratives. Some experts argue that the extreme transformation of beloved characters compromises the integrity of their original depictions, while others praise the series for its bold experimentation. Detailed reviews have highlighted issues with pacing, overuse of gore, and occasionally disjointed storytelling, questioning whether the shock value overshadows coherent narrative development. Nevertheless, a significant segment of the audience and academic community appreciates the fresh, data-driven approach applied throughout the series. Although controversies persist, the overall reception acknowledges that Marvel Zombies provides an innovative framework that challenges both cultural norms and the technical boundaries of comic art. This balanced critique has led to ongoing debates, stimulating further research and discussion among experts in narrative structure and visual storytelling. In conclusion, Marvel Zombies stands as a remarkable experimental narrative that fuses technical expertise with daring innovation. The series challenges traditional comic book archetypes by replacing the tried-and-true heroism with a visceral exploration of decay and theoretical science. As we have seen, every component of the storyline, from the intricate spread of the infection to the detailed character transformations, is underpinned by a commitment to both narrative shock and statistical authenticity. This duality makes Marvel Zombies not only a piece of horror entertainment, but also an object of scholarly interest, prompting data-driven examinations alongside creative reinterpretations. Our journey through Marvel Zombies has revealed its multifaceted legacy, where narrative subversion meets expert-level technical analysis. The transformation of iconic characters, the integration of mathematical models within the storytelling, and the rich symbolism woven throughout the panels all attest to its influence on modern comic art. Despite some criticisms regarding pacing and narrative coherence, the series has carved out an enduring niche and inspired ongoing debates that bridge academic research and fan culture. As experts continue to debate its merits, Marvel Zombies remains a subject of both admiration and controversy. Thank you for joining this in-depth exploration. We invite you to share your insights and engage in the discussion. Until next time, keep questioning narratives and appreciating the art of transformation.